At the lowest budgets, only items that save more than they cost or things that help you stay healthy are essential. For example, a bed frame may be helpful if your space is small, but if your budget is very low, it's challenging to justify the costs associated with it. Similarly, items to organize and store other things, such as wardrobes, shouldn't be automatic buys. The best way to determine what you need most is to prioritize, bearing the cost in mind. By creating an ordered list of the items you want, you're forced to think this through. Even if you need an item, you can still try to obtain it cheaply. You rarely need a specific model or brand. It is tempting to impulse buy when outfitting a home. Impulse buying is a luxury, one that those on a low budget need to be very wary of. Especially be wary of impulse buying with credit. Items that cost nothing for a certain time period can be extremely helpful just after a move, but using credit should require very serious consideration. Next, consider false savings. A free item that you need to drive 200 miles to collect isn't really free. In addition to fuel costs and minor wear on your car, assuming you even have one, it also takes time. This time could be spent making money or seeking bargains in other ways. The same can be said for making furniture, especially if you need to buy tools. Try to be realistic and understand your psychology before making a purchase. If you expect to hate your lack of cooking equipment and end up buying expensive takeout food, that is costly, but so is buying and never using your cookware if you always eat out. At the very lowest budget, practicality and reliability are all important. You simply cannot afford to pay for aesthetics. If buying secondhand mismatched plates is depressing, use this as motivation. Some items, such as fridges and washing machines, are difficult to buy secondhand at a low price, as there is a real risk they will break quickly. At the absolute lowest budgets, both of these items aren't essential. However, if you are buying, consider spending a little more to ensure reliability. You can also consider buying damaged items and repairing them, making your own, or simply living with aesthetic faults such as chipped furniture. Note also that you can normally borrow tools from someone you know. Your first source for this budget should be free items and cheap secondhand items. Obviously, this will vary hugely based on the country you live in, but some common ways to get these include Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, FreeCycle, charity/Goodwill stores, yard, garage, or car boot sales, donations from friends and family, fallen trees, check for legality, and stores that provide used pallets and other cheap building materials so you can build your own. With a limited budget, mistakes can be particularly painful. A common mistake to avoid is buying something that won't fit through your door or into the available space. Moving up in budget. There isn't a magic amount of money at which you start to do things differently. As your budget increases, you gain more options and progress further through your list of priorities. Your main considerations when your budget increases are: buy more things, buy higher quality items, buy prettier items, spend less time bargain hunting or making things, coordinate purchases to look good together, avoid debt. Look at buying items you will never need to replace, get people to do things for you, improvise less. Improvising can be a huge deal at low and medium budget levels. For example, IKEA certainly rewards those prepared to improvise. Their basic bookcases named Billy or Kallax are less than half the price of most of their chests of drawers and less than a tenth of most wardrobes. A curtain rail or shelving in the same store may be even less. Another change as your budget rises is the ability to plan and envisage the end goal. With a low budget, having the flexibility to base your design around the bargains you find is key. This remains somewhat true for medium budgets, but here you can design from the outset if preferred. An advantage of buying new, mass-market items is that you can leave them in the cart until you're ready to buy everything. This means you can ensure items both fit the space and work well with other items. High budget. Saving time is often a high priority for the rich. At this level, it becomes viable to have others handle a significant proportion of the design work and purchasing. Items that save even small amounts of time each day can be worth considering. Another is that you can experiment a lot more, and that aesthetics, comfort, and ease of use now matter more than cost. At Mr. Who's the Boss did an excellent series on building his dream home, as of early 2025. This is filled with higher tech ideas. At this level, you can also start looking at the home tours of celebrities and of dream homes for inspiration. There are numerous YouTube channels that do this.
Hello, I'm Richard, author of the book Optimizing Life, which can be read for free via the comments. Thank you so much for watching.